Greetings, fellow travelers and viewers. Welcome to your reading. Let's jump right in and we'll draw 6 cards. 3 will be hidden, 3 will be revealed, and then we can choose some crystals to go along with each reading. Okay. I hope you're doing well today. How are you doing? Let's take a look. Let us know in the comments. These 3 will be hidden cards, mystery cards to be revealed at the end of the readings. Okay. Now, for pile number 1, we have 8 of Cups. Leaving something behind for better days ahead. You know, you've accomplished a lot here, but now it's time to move on. For reading number 2, we have the Page of Swords. So you've learned something new, you have an idea, and you're ready to take it on and bring it into the world. But you're moving on here you're taking something new into the world. And finally, for pile number 3, we have the High Priestess. Okay, a major arcana card. The mysteries, there's something unknown, and it's kind of holding things in place. But eventually that will be revealed through intuition. Whatever it is will be revealed through intuition. Okay. Now I'm going to add some crystals to correspond with each reading so that you can choose either how you resonate with the card or how you resonate with the crystal. Okay, let's add crystals now. For the 8 of Cups, we'll have this blue sodalite. For the Page of Swords, we'll have rose quartz. And for the High Priestess, we'll have this turquoise crystal here. Okay. Great, so I'll show you the crystals a little bit up close. Here's the blue sodalite. There we go. For pile number 2, here's the rose quartz. And for pile number 3, here's the turquoise. Okay. I'll give you a moment to choose, and then we will begin with pile number 1. Hey, pile number 1, you chose the 8 of Cups and the blue sodalite crystal. We also have the mystery card that will be revealed at the end. For now, let's shuffle some cards and draw 5. Okay. And this will be we'll start at the bottom. So we'll start with the subconscious, the unknowns, the hidden feelings, that which can't be described. All right, let's take a look. Okay. So, currently we have 9 of Swords in the feelings position. So you might be having trouble sleeping, or you might be feeling very restless in some way. A feeling of real energy is in the works here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about something that's upsetting, but it is something that might need help with others. Like you might want to bring people together for whatever it is that you're thinking about. This could be a problem that needs to be solved, or it could be an idea that you want to bring into the world. But whatever it is, it's keeping you up. It's making you active. You're feeling very energetic. There's a lot of energy building up in you. So what led up to this built up energy? Let's take a look. Well, we have a new form of energy. We're saying built up energy, but here's a new form of emotional energy because we have the Ace of Cups that came after Page of Swords. Interesting. So a new idea brought forth a new emotion. A newly learned idea, I should say, brought forth a new emotion. This new emotion led to a lot of built up, pent up energy, this building of energy here that's keeping you moving. Trouble with sleep maybe, but also just trouble sitting still. This is something that you want to jump on, you want to work towards. There's something really exciting here that you want to work through, and working with others is going to be very, very beneficial in this situation. Okay, this is going to lead on to 2 of Cups, working together. So finding a partner in whatever this endeavor is, whatever this is that you're holding on to, that's built up within you. This is going to require energies of comparable energies here. This is going to require some form of partnership with somebody who has this balance here. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be a partnership. It can be a partnership in many different ways. Friendship, could be business, could be romantic, but this kind of feeling of being in balance with another element is going to be very important moving forward. In fact, because it's in the lower plane, this unconscious plane, this could be balancing within oneself, finding balance, finding that aspect of oneself that's going to move you forward in a way that you felt you should through this pent-up energy. And finally, we have the Magician. So the feeling of being able to manifest and create the world you desire. You are going to have everything internally, everything within you. And you have it already. It's just going to be realized as you balance, as you find this balance. It could be through a more external, that would be the cards up here, a more external balance with someone else, a partnership. It could also be a partnership with oneself, a pact with oneself, realizing that there's an element to you that you need to develop so that you're more balanced. This could be something like if you're someone who's very creative. You might be someone who's very creative, someone who has all these ideas, so many different ideas going in different directions. You might need to balance it out with discipline, where you choose a path and you put effort into that path for extended periods of time without getting distracted by new ideas. Or it could be the opposite, where you're someone who's very regimented. You have a schedule, you stick to it. You never really veer off from that. You always want to plan ahead. This might be a moment where you need to be a little bit chaotic. You need to be a little bit more sporadic just to find that kind of new idea that you want to incorporate into your already very uniform or very organized life. So this is the kind of thing here that we're seeing. We're seeing this kind of an idea that was learned that's led to a new emotional wellspring, a wellspring that really started to build up. There's something about meeting of the minds. I don't know, that was that thought came into my head. Something about in person, being in person. This is not just about like sending off a message or something. This could be something that like you've been messaging and now it's time you've been built up. Perhaps you've built up a relationship with someone. We'll see up here online, but now you want to meet in person. Or perhaps it's something to do with an idea that gave you inspiration for a side project, a side hustle. And now you've kind of looked into it, you have a lot of ideas about it, and now you really want to move forward with it, but you need that missing element, that piece to oneself or with somebody else in order to really manifest this. But there's some beautiful manifestation happening in the future. Some real, you're going to be feeling very strongly like you can take on anything, you could do anything, you could create anything you want because you have the Magician here in the future position. This is the leading into really creating the world that you dream of. This is something where there is something holding you back right now, but that's because it has either the energy hasn't built up enough yet, or you haven't found that missing puzzle piece. So we're going to take a look at what that might be now. We're going to draw 5 more cards. Okay. What's something that's been building up with you lately? Is there some kind of energy that you just can't kind of let go of? Is there some thought or dream you've had that just keeps coming back? Is there something that just keeps coming back that like you can't kind of let go of? It's not 4 of Pentacles energy. It's more like you just can't stop thinking about it. You have the World. Wow, you've accomplished so much. Reading number 1, you've accomplished quite a bit. Through patience, really, because we have the 4 of Cups leading into the World. You embody the world right now. And the Hermit. So you must have been studying quite a bit. This could have been through meditation, through retreats, or it could be school. It seems like you really have put in a lot of life lessons, but you were kind of alone in this situation. This was oh, I just got a phone chime here. I should probably turn off notifications. But then look at this. You have this meditative practice, this Four of Cups, being grateful, practicing gratitude, having so much to be grateful for. This is this card is one of wisdom in this deck. It's often not looked at the same way in other decks. There could be someone who's sad that all they have is the Three of Cups, but there's a fourth cup coming, and that's what really is this is about. There's always going to be change. There's always going to be change. And your wisdom, you've practiced and grown your wisdom through the Hermit. The light that shines within the Hermit's lantern is the internal wisdom that we all share. And you've tapped into that in your ability to be patient, and you've probably put in a lot of work because we have the Hermit next to the Four of Cups. And the Hermit is one of solitude, of contemplation, but it can also be one of putting, studying, of practicing, of seeking wisdom. Wisdom seeks wisdom. And that's kind of the Hermit's overall energy. But in this tied to here, I see someone who's put in a lot of effort alone. Someone who's really working hard to elevate themselves. This is like a temperance energy, really bringing up and uplifting oneself. You have the Ace of Cups with the Four of Cups. So this new idea has led you to be patient, where you're ready for this. You're ready to accept this abundance, and you know that you just need to be patient. And right now, the world is at your feet. The world is at your feet. Group number 1, you embody the having culminated a true life lesson. You've gone through a full cycle, and now you're ready to experience a new cycle. We're going to see the Fool coming back up. You're going to be ready to take on new things. And this is the build-up here. So much has built up right to now. So much has been put in, and there's so much energy here. Look at this, the swirling waves surrounding the figure here. This woman, you have this strength of energy coming through. And within you, you have this frenetic, built up, pent up energy. So where is it going to go? Where does it go? It goes into building. It goes into building because we have Four of Wands. So you really are building something strong here, a real strong foundation. The Two of Cups is that comparable energy. You're finding that balance that's going to ground you and give you the kind of strength where you can create a foundation for what it is that you want to move forward with. We have the Magician coming up here, and that's going to be so capable. So much is going to be capable of being done. So what's this foundation? You've created a foundation with the balance. And that's beautiful. All right. Group number 2. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So you've created the foundation, and now you're building this castle. You see the buildings in the distance. That's the dream. You're building it. You really are. You're working for this. This is coming to you. You have this energy here. You have so much that you've already learned. You've already practiced. You're so patient. You're so wise in many ways. You have this strength and this wisdom. And now you've learned so many new things. I want to say through this could be some just life lessons, really. But also through careful study, because we have the Hermit. So there's a lot going on here. You could be putting in a lot of effort here, or you are putting in a lot of effort. You no doubt are putting in effort. And there's this building up of energy, and then suddenly it becomes calm. Because there's a channel for it. There's some gateway opening, and that's going to allow for this strong foundation that you're building. And then as you feel the manifestation, you're putting in that meticulous work, the meticulous work of carefully choosing what it is that you do, carefully putting into place what it is you want to happen. And that's really amazing. That's beautiful. You really are building something that you want to be perfect. You want it to be perfect. So you're waiting here. There's a lot of waiting, but now it's time to take action, and you're doing it. You're finding that comparable energy that you needed, that beautiful pattern, that partnership that you wanted either with yourself or with someone else, and you really are getting putting the, you know, putting pencil to paper with the Eight of Pentacles, and you're really ready to accomplish a lot here. So how's that working out in the mind? Like, what's the thoughts? What are the thoughts that are going on in this? And what does the spiritual realm have to say about this? The communal realm, the known intangibles. All right, let's take a look. All right, so aligning with the Nine of Swords and the world, we have, sorry, I bumped the mic. We have Seven of Pentacles. So this is one where you're mindful of growth. You're mindful of learning. You're mindful of kind of testing, A/B testing, testing one way, testing another, seeing which way is better. You're watching your accomplishments accumulate and you're seeing results. You're mindful of paying attention to results here. You're going to be looking for results. Okay, in the past, we had the Five of Cups. This dream has been on your mind for a while. And there seems to be this like back and forth, like it's taking so much time and there's so much built up energy because it's like two steps forward, one step back, or even sometimes two steps back, and it feels like nothing's happening yet exactly. Oh, we were talking about Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles here. So there is this kind of holding on to an energy here. There is this building up of energy. You're accumulating ideas and knowledge, and you're being patient, and the world has come around. You've gone through a full, strong cycle. It was really, it could have been very challenging, but now you're looking at, you need to see results, and that's what you're paying attention to now. It doesn't necessarily mean that this was a fully disappointment. It means, hey, you're seeing progress, but it's just not going the way you want it. Well, you still have that focus, that castle in the distance. And the castle is here as well. You can see the castle here, and in the Eight of Pentacles. So you have big dreams. Okay, so the patience here, the Hanged Man, this kind of calm is coming into you. You're going to feel a sense of serenity. This is where things are going to be progressing, but the Hanged Man's in the mind. So you're finally able to take a breath and kind of just see where things go mentally or like even socially. You're not going to move too fast. You're going to take things the way they should, but you are going to be taking action. And I keep bumping the mic here, sorry. And that leads to 10 of Cups. So you really are going to be communicating with people of your intentions to create a world where you are trying to build a really strong foundation for a happily ever after moment, a really beautiful moment. And that's happening in the future. In the mind, you're going to be connecting with someone in a way that really is just joyful and happy. You're going to be connecting with people in general in a way that's joyful and happy because so many people want to have this moment with you, this connection. And there's also this sense that you are going to find partnerships in this dream of building that castle of yours. This is happening real fast, or not real fast. This is happening in good time. And, you're patient with it. You've learned patience. And now it's going to really feel like, it's going to feel like you finally get into first gear and the drive is going to start moving forward. We're going to start moving forward with the car. We've put a little gas on the pedal and we're moving forward. We're starting to move. And that's just going to feel so good because your dreams and your ideas for what you're trying to accomplish or what you're looking for has been so strong. So strong. Okay. Let's put this up here. Look at this. You have the Magician and the Ten of Cups coming up. I mean, what wouldn't you want to see there? I mean, you of course would want to see that. That's a beautiful thing to see. And alongside Eight of Pentacles, that's nothing to shake at. That just means you're putting in the work. But this is some beautiful things coming in the future. Some beautiful, bright times ahead. Bright, beautiful, warm days ahead. That's what's happening here. And one where you feel confident in yourself that you're taking action and you're going to be able to accomplish these things. You really are. This is a beautiful time. So you might have let go of something in the past. Through your patience, really letting go, you might have had to let go of something that was good, but this is what you really needed to do, and you knew you needed to do it. And now you're going off onto this path that's going to bring so much brightness and wisdom. You are a wise person. Group number one, you're someone who has a lot of inherent wisdom. This might not be, this could be just intuition, but it could also be learned wisdom because you're someone who might have sought out the right ways of doing things or thought about things through life experiences in a way that made you realize there's certain ways of doing things that are just the right way to do it. And that's what's led you to this beautiful, bright, golden future. And that's awesome and really amazing. So, group number one, let's see what's the final card that's going to clarify some of these readings or some of these cards here. Some of the elements here might be tied together a little bit more with this card. We have the Hermit. Wow. Okay, wait. So the Hermit was one of like the bigger cards of this reading. You know, the Hermit was one of like, you put in the time. You have that inner light and you've tapped into it. And look at that. The inner light is being tapped into with this card too. You can see the connection here. There's patience. There's time spent studying. There's time spent alone. There's meditative practices. But all of that has led you to being someone who really can find the path forward that you need, that other people need you to find as well, because we're going to be working together here in a bright and sunny way. You know, I'm surprised the sun card didn't come up, but you might as well have the sun card here, group number one. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. I mean, look at this. This is where you were going, right? You kind of set aside this pot of gold, but you're walking towards the sun. And that's the dream here. Okay. Group number one, this has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and leave a comment to let us know what it is that you're building. What kind of life experiences have you had that have led you to build something new? What's your bright future that you have in store? What are you dreaming of? I'd love to hear about it. Okay. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Page of Swords, alongside the hidden card that will be revealed at the end, and the Rose Quartz. So what's interesting is we have the Rose Quartz and the Page of Swords. Combining together, we have this idea that's been learned, a new idea, a new way of thinking, and it's bringing you forward in a way that you want to jump into the world with it. And then we have Rose Quartz, which is often the sign of healing. So there's healing ideas here that we're going to be finding. And we'll start with the heart, the core, the feeling of within, the unknowns, but we got two here. We'll leave them both here. And the subconscious. Okay. In the current position, we have nostalgia. You might be feeling nostalgic or reminiscent. You're missing someone. You're missing a time with somebody. There's somebody with, okay, we have the King of Cups. So there was somebody with strong emotions here, strong, resilient emotions. In fact, you were very, very happy in the recent past. A feeling of at least resolve, sturdy emotions, stoic, but also joyful, like someone who can be present with one's emotions. You were present, and you were really feeling it strongly. This is a masculine, articulate presence of emotions. You're able to feel them and describe them. But now we're missing something. There's something in the past. Maybe it's from here, because we have two cards. Perhaps we can see a pairing here that's missing right now. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. So this is kind of interesting. We have a pairing here. This is a strong idea. We should sit with this for a second, because you have Ace of Pentacles, which is a new form of energy, a new source of energy, a new source of finances, a new source of strength, a new source of attention. And here we have kind of feeling left out in the cold, the sense that Five of Pentacles is an opportunity to find other people who are missing out, who are feeling left out, and bringing them in. That's kind of the emotional opportunity of this card, but the felt sense is one of being left out in the cold. And what do you do about that? Well, you create your own warmth. But in this case, it's a feeling that you really are tied to feeling like you need a new source of energy. You need a new source. There's a new source that's desired in the past. But there was one found. There's a source of energy, but there's a need for it. There's this kind of almost a symbiotic relationship here. Moving forward, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, then we have the Knight of Swords, where the Page of Swords has an idea that's somewhat new. They're ready to take it on and bring it on to the world. The Knight of Swords has command over ideas and is ready to rush forward with them, movement forward with these ideas, real like striking motions here with the ace with the sword energy. So we have this kind of interesting flow from pentacles to cups into swords. That's kind of interesting. So there's a source of energy that flows into an emotional state. We're reminiscing, we're feeling nostalgic, and now we have something that we want to move forward with. We're going to be moving quickly, and that leads to Two of Pentacles. So we're going to be having choices, feeling of having to make a choice. We're back into Pentacles, okay. Interesting. So these are emotions. These are like the internal feelings. These are the possibilities. These are the drives that we don't necessarily see. And a lot of it has to do with, well, it seems to be resources and relationships. The way we relate to each other, but also the energy we have to provide to each other. This is one of those things where the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles together really just has a sort of interesting, there's something interesting about this. Perhaps you feel left out if you don't have new resources coming in. Perhaps you feel like you have to always be looking for the next thing. Like there's this sense of like, I get the sense of like instability in the past with this. Okay, but all this is followed by the King of Cups. So what I want to say is that there was a new resource found. A new resource found, and you're kind of looking back onto finding that resource again. And it could be something to do with working together with somebody. It could also be, yeah, I want to say that. Working together, like you feel nostalgic for when you worked with certain people. You feel nostalgic for a time where you were with a specific group and that you were creating something together. And you want to drive forward towards that again. But you're choosing the path is going to take time. There's something about, because we're moving forward real quickly and then all of a sudden we have to make a choice. That's interesting. Perhaps there's going to be some new information that we're going to find that's going to help you make that decision of yours. Perhaps you have a choice between two different resources, two different jobs, two different relationships. All right. Let's take a look. Okay. With the Six of Cups, currently the you position, you are an artist. You are an artist. All right, because we have the artist, the Oracle card. We'll take a look at it. The artist, actually, we'll read the book definition from this, but the artist is really about visualizing your path forward, having that artistic vision that allows you to move forward in a way that you want. We're going to read right now the book's description. This came with the Oracle deck, or this is an Oracle card with the deck. So let's just read that. Okay. The artist is the vessel of creation. This card signifies humankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available if you stop and set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. Okay. So there's a wealth of knowledge. We just need to tap in and listen. Set aside the distractions and listen. Listen to what? What led to this artistic moment for you? Well, a lot of movement. Perhaps you moved in the recent past, or you've something to do with transport or travel. And this was preceded by the tower. So we have some shocking moment. You can see that here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps something led you to a new form of revenue, a new form of resources, a new form of attention, someone who's providing something to you. There might be some newness to this that was shockingly came into existence rather quickly. Something surprised you in the past. And this was a positive because we have the Ace here. This was a new thing that you didn't expect. And you rushed forward with it. You wanted to. You want your artistic vision to be incorporated into this. You felt strongly about this. This was a happy moment because we have the King of Cups with the Eight of Wands. So you were moving forward with this new form of energy. This could probably be a job, perhaps a side gig that came out of nowhere that you didn't expect. But it could also be a relationship that gave you energy, one that you didn't anticipate was going to happen. But now you're visualizing this. You're visualizing this future now. You're reminiscing about good times, and you realize that this was something you really wanted, and it's something that you want to move forward with. Because we have the Knight of Swords. And this leads to the Nine of Wands. So it's going to take work. Whatever it is, it's going to take some work. Because you have Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is kind of like, when's it going to end? You put in a lot of effort. You have not seen results yet. When's that going to happen? When is it going to happen? But we're right around the corner of the Ten of Wands. So it's almost there. It's right there. It's going to happen. And that leads to the Hierophant. Interesting. So it leads to a more traditional path. Interestingly enough, you have choice. You feel like you have a choice, but you're taking a traditional route. So it could be the way you're making your decision is more of a traditional way. You might be, laying the pros and cons out. You might be looking at the more traditional aspects of what it is that you have to decide on in order to choose which path you want to take. Or it could be that there's a traditional path and a non-traditional path, and you choose the traditional path. That's kind of an interesting mixture here. The Two of Pentacles with the Hierophant, because we have the Hierophant has like two pillars here. This is a non-traditional card for a traditional card, for traditional meaning. It has a wish upon the star. It has more of like a sense of being in tune with nature. That's what the Hierophant in this card has. And being in tune with nature, being in tune with oneself, and really being truthful to what one wants, even if it is the traditional path, is not necessarily bad. So it sounds like there was a new option put into play for you in the past, and that's led you to have more artistic vision, a lot of work, but eventually leads to a turnaround towards a traditional path. This could also be working with someone who is more of a professional in the field, like someone who is very strictly in their career path. You might meet up with somebody who is more of an official, in a more of an official perspective, like someone who's an expert, I would say. Or, it could be in any sort of official standing is meeting up with that. And that might lead you towards a more deliberate movement forward. But it's going to be good because we have this, a Hierophant's going to be coming into to really be the shining light in this situation. This is one where it's the shining star, the wish upon the star. They're the ones who are going to be offering this. You've been given an opportunity. It's taking a lot of work, but you're going to be getting an offer here. Some form of offer from somebody giving you more help in some ways, more aid in some ways. There's someone's coming in to kind of become the champion for you in a way that's really interesting. This could be... You seek out advice, but it could also be someone comes and like messages you and says, "Hey, I'd like to partner with you on this project," or "Hey, I really see what you're doing and I get it, and I think that this might help you." That's the kind of energy I'm getting, and but it's coming from someone who's got really officially a lot of knowledge and a depth of a knowledge base, a depth of wisdom that's going to really elevate you moving forward. And that's the choice you have. You have the choice to choose that elevation, or you have the choice to continue along the path. And that's up to you. But it seems like the one where you can elevate yourself with the traditional is going to be helpful. Elevating with the traditional, that seems to be more broadly what's going on here. It's not necessarily, we're talking seems to be in the realm of what seems to be career oriented, less so romance. But this could be, but if you take it back a step, it really is kind of atonement with traditional in some ways. Okay. Elevating with traditional. This shock really this shock really kick-started this movement. There was a surprise in the past. Like, you didn't expect something to happen positive. You didn't expect something positive to happen. Like, you put the effort in and it didn't work out, but then all of a sudden it did. That's what's going on here, which is interesting. With the Ace and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Artist Oracle card and the Six of Cups, we have the Emperor in the mind. So you really are commanding within yourself. Like, you really want to take command of your future, command of what's going on in this situation, and you want to move forward deliberately. You were kind of surveying the land when you were moving fast. You were moving fast, but you were surveying what was going on. You were keeping track of how it was progressing. Whatever it is that you were working on, you were really keeping track of it. You were seeing how everything was working out at least from a bird's eye view. And that might be why now you're kind of feeling like you haven't seen much progress. It's because some things might have slowed down. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so like taking action was really the impetus here. You wanted to take action. You had taken action. You didn't expect the results, but they led to strong movement. There's a lot of movement in this reading. We have two knights. We have the Eight of Wands. There's a lot of movement here, but the movement kind of moves downwards into within. So a lot of action of mind led to action in the realm of space, five senses. You took actual deliberate action, and then now you're kind of feeling like you want to take more. You want to move forward even faster with these ideas. With the Five of Wands, but there's going to be a lot of indecision here. The Five of Wands in this area is one where you're kind of talking it out. You might be talking it out with yourself or with others. You're trying to figure out what it is to do next. Because if things are stagnant or they feel like they've slowed down and you want to move forward quickly, it seems like the direction you want to go is going to be uncertain because you don't know what it was that slowed it down. You have this vision, you're really holding on to it, you're embodying the artist, you want to create this is going to happen, but you're seeing it slow down and you're trying to figure out, you're wrapping your mind around what to do next. How do we move forward? What is it that needs to be done? And we're moving towards traditional. What is that traditional going to look like? Well, it's tied with choice, traditional choices, but what's on the mind? Pride. Pride's on the mind. Nine of Cups. So traditional pathways towards, perhaps you're switching to a career that's more traditional. Because we have the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant. You might be getting an offer from someone where you didn't really expect to do this, but now you're being given an offer to really hone your craft with someone else. And that's going to allow you to really be proud of what it is that you're doing. It's one where, you're getting a little bit more notoriety for what it is that you're doing, and it's going to lead towards a more accumulative energy. You're feeling the abundance coming in. There's more abundance coming in now. So this traditional path, this is like almost a wish upon a star moment. You might be getting that offer in the future that really was what you were hoping for. You also might be getting an offer that you have to make a choice. Are you going to go in the more traditional path, or are you going to dedicate yourself to the unknown, the work on your own kind of energy, the taking a creative approach to this resource, because the heart of this is resource, is reminiscing, is driving forward, is being emotionally steady. But there's something to do with these pentacles. The pentacles really do seem to be influencing the rest of this reading. Okay. And when we have the Nine of Cups, you have the merchant or whatever they are doing. They're successful in their endeavors. They're successful in their job. They're doing a good job and they're proud of it. And here we have the Hierophant, who's like the traditional, they know the old rules and they follow the old rules, and that's what they want to do. They want to follow the old rules because they work. The old rules work for a reason. So you're following those old rules. So this could be a movement towards a traditional, or like a regular 9 to 5 kind of situation, or at least a regular job within your career path. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you choose, because in your heart you feel there's still a choice. There's still a choice to be made. Okay. I mean, this is exciting. There's lots of opportunities here, lots of different things. You've put in effort, you've put in work. You might feel a little impatient, but you've got something that's going to bring in attention. Now, if this isn't career, this is more about attention then. This is very attention-oriented cards right here. So you're gaining attention from people that might be more traditional. You're getting more attention on choices. You're putting in work because you want to see yourself change to be the person that gains this attention. And that might be what's going on here too. So we have one more card here. We have the hidden card that we have not revealed yet. And hopefully it's going to apply some clarification to this reading. So let's take a look. We have the Four of Cups. Interesting. Do you feel this way right now? Group number 2. How do you feel? What is it that you're looking for? Excuse me, are you looking for attention? Or are you looking for career? Like, are you looking for money? What kind of energy are you seeking right now? Group number 1. Because that's a question. We're going to be holding on to something here. We're going to be holding on to an idea, a dream, a vision, a certain element. Perhaps we're looking for a love that we're holding on to. We're looking for a connection that we wanted. We're holding on to this. This is something that we've been holding on to for a while. We put in effort. We didn't expect it to work out. It started to. It's starting to slow down. Now we're coming in with this new energy, these new opportunities. And that's the Page energy here. These new ideas, these new perspectives. What is that that's going to allow you to continue holding or bearing that thing that you want to? Now, this might become a burden. You might want to let go and go in a different path. But whatever it is, you're going to be proud of the choices you make, and you're going to be happy with how it turns out. There might be a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of deliberation, but it's going to work out really well with you. And look how colorful this Four of Cups is. Plenty of options here that you can choose, plenty of ways to put your attention and focus, but you're strong enough to hold on to the right ones and to let go of the right ones. That's what's going on here. You're holding on to the right elements, the right things in your life, and you're letting go of the right things so that you can move forward with the vision that you want, that dream of that castle in the future. Okay. Oh, in this case, it's dreaming of nature. A beautiful tree. Okay. Group number 2. This has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment. Let us know, what is that dream that you're trying to build? What are you trying to hold on to so that you can let go of other things, but really hold on to something that has been working out, but now starting to stagnate, but soon will come in with new ideas for it. There will be new ideas coming in for this. And that's where you're going to get some kind of collaboration with some form of traditional path that might elevate the situation in a way that really helps you and gives you a proud path forward. What is it that you're looking for there? What is it that you want to elevate within yourself? What is it that you want to elevate outside of yourself? That is going to be the question here. So with that, I'll let you go and see you soon. Goodbye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the High Priestess and the Turquoise Stone. We also have the hidden card that will be revealed at the end of the reading. Okay, great. Let's get started. So, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well. We're going to draw 5 cards to begin with. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Currently, we have the Star. So we're doing some healing here. We are healing right now. We're finding pathways towards healing. We are soothing that disruptive force. We're calming the waters, and we're finding peace and tranquility and opportunities to address those moments that hurt and to allow them to soothe. Okay. What led to this was movement, lots of movement within. You know, you might have had a racing, I'm not going to say a racing mind, but a fast-paced heart. You were really, emotions were riding high. Were riding high. And it came from an idea. Couldn't really articulate it, but there was an idea. An idea that brought you just started moving. You don't know why you're doing it, but there's something there. There's something there for why you moved in one direction versus another. Because we have the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas. But right now it's within, and within is hard to articulate. These are emotional ideas. These are flashes of visions, flashes of images that we want to have in our lives. These are moments of experiences that we know can be had, but we don't know how to get there. So we just start kind of feeling our way blindly. That's what's going on here. Very quickly, you're trying one direction and another emotionally. We're going for this emotional connection, and now we're healing here. We started to heal. There was something that disrupted us. This sword disrupted. It disrupted the equilibrium. It disrupted the balance. It disrupted the positive and negative. It disrupted things that were in place for a long time. So that's what's happening here. And now we've moved quickly. We've started to move, and we're working through things. We're trying different directions emotionally. We're trying to emotionally experience what we once had or what we thought we could have with this new idea. And now we realize we have to take a moment of peace. We have to take a moment, and we're feeling that healing now. It's soothing now. It's healing. That kind of deep breath. We're taking that deep breath and we're easing it out. We're easing it out. This doesn't have to be so frenetic. This doesn't have to be so chaotic. We have this time now to heal. This is going to lead towards, a little bit more thoughts, but also an opportunity here. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords has, a couple meanings. It can mean sleepless nights. It can mean racing mind. It can mean you're focused on problems of the next day. You're nervous or stressed out about the next day. But let's take a moment. What this actually is a card of is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to reach out to others who have solutions for you. This is not a problem that can be solved alone. This is not just even a problem. This is not an experience that can be passed through without others. We have to engage with each other and work with each other to move forward and pass through this so that we can lead towards this moment continue this moment of healing that we want. Okay, this is nice to see. We have 3 of Wands. So you have this moment of letting go. This is quite a story here. This new idea, this concept or this feeling that came into being, this essence of an idea within the spirit or within the heart, led to a lot of movement, led to a lot of action within. A lot of changes were happening within. There was development and growth, but with that comes a lot of pain. There's with growth maybe a lot of pain is a bit, a little bit dark, but with growth comes pain. And that pain is necessary in order to reach a certain point that you need to get to. But now we're in the healing phase where we've reached some element of understanding of the self. And we really are trying to soothe ourselves so that we can move forward in a more peaceful journey. This is a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites. the star. You are within healing quite a bit right now. And then we're leading to an opportunity to call on others to lift you up. There's a moment for you to call on others, to find those friends, to reconnect with those family members or friends or loved ones, the lover that can really bring in with the healing journey within, can continue on, can hold your hand and go, let's keep going. We got this together. I know there's been a lot going on. A lot's happened, but let's just set it all aside and come to a point where we are really connected again. We're really okay. We're coming together and we're helping each other out. And that's going to allow us to let go of this spiky, thorny idea that keeps kicking you in the side, trying to get you to move faster, move faster. Let's move slower. Let's let go of that, okay? Let's be at peace with ourselves and in touch with ourselves. If we move so fast with this Eight of Wands, we start to lose part of ourselves behind. Some of us part of ourselves start to get left to the side. But what we want is to bring that back in and integrate it into the whole, so that our sense of self is more in tune. You might be a very visual person or a very auditory person. You're very connected to the visuals. You're very connected to music, of sound vibrations, of looking at beautiful pictures, of landscapes, of going out and seeing a sunrise. Those might be very strong elements to the self. But what's happening is the movement, those are very fast, especially vision. We're moving fast with visuals. We're seeing ourselves in a certain way. We're hearing what we say in a certain way. But we're not allowing the feeling to catch up. We're not allowing that physical felt sense of living, that embodiment, being carnate, like incarnate, like in the body, felt sense of being just here and now. The slower and lower vibrational energies need to be in tune and harmonizing with the higher frequencies. That's the kind of feeling that we're getting here. The sense that this movement, this fast-paced frenetic vibration, this really fast-paced vibration, which has kept you up, is now going to need to be soothed and be smoothed out a little bit by having letting go of some of this attachment to the visual, attachment to the vibration, that fast vibration, so that we can allow the rest of ourselves to catch up. We can reharmonize and heal, become whole again. This will let us really to let go. There's a real peace in this card, the Three of Wands. Watching the river, watching the things float down the river. Everything's floating down the river. In other decks, there's normally a sailboat in the distance that's floating on, that's shipping. You're allowing it to move on. In this case, you're just watching the flow of the river and being in tune with it. So really being present in the body while being observant with the eyes. Okay. Group number 3. Let's see what's happening. With all of this on the inside, so much growth, so much space on the inside, so much to see in the inside, to feel on the inside. What do we have on the outside? What's happening on the outside? There's so much expanse on the inside. Like the star just feels like it's expanded out, and you have this entire world within. You are a very expansive person, group number 3. Whoever you are, you have so much visualized within. You have so much of a world within that you can live almost within the self. That's fascinating. You must have an amazing imagination, group number 3. Okay. So you right now might be feeling a little trapped because we have the Eight of Swords as the you, the present you. But that doesn't mean you are. You absolutely aren't. Remember the Eight of Swords? If you've been around tarot for a little bit, you know the Eight of Swords is just a sensation of feeling trapped. And many times, if you're not present with yourself, that can lead to feeling trapped because part of you is so much in one aspect of the self that the rest is kind of locked up. And you are locked up in an area that isn't as open as it could be. So there was a lot of intuition with what you were trying to figure out. You were moving in many different directions. You were trying many different things. There was a lot of energy here. There was a lot of movement, okay? But there was this intuition, this felt sense that something was not known. You intuited it. You were in touch with that. Because we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is kind of like the minor arcana version of the High Priestess in some ways. There's this sense of being very highly in tune with your senses in sort of an intuition kind of way. Intuition has to be the primary focus in a High Priestess scenario until the information that needs to be revealed is. But the intuition is what leads you to that intuition or information being revealed. We have two queens here, two queens in the past. Interesting. So we also have the Queen of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and you are embodying the Eight of Swords. So these might have been friends or people in your past that had heavily influence on where you are now. Someone who's a little bit more brash, a little bit more gregarious, somebody who has able to kind of hype you up, give you that really, there's someone who could be a coach. There's someone who could be really they're in tune with nature, but they're also really in tune with the ability to incite motivation within. And then you have really in tune with intuition and emotional, the emotional vibrations. So someone who can really read someone's face, their thoughts in some ways. They can really vibe with somebody and understand where someone's coming from. They have that connection. They have that real smooth connection where they just naturally can feel very empathetic, very empathetic. And then we have Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords is you feeling like you don't have many options. You feel like you're kind of in a cycle, in a loop. Because we have so much movement, if you're feeling like you're trapped with so much movement moving upwards into the diagonal up here, there's a lot of cyclical energy. You're moving up and down, like we're around and around and around and around and around and around and around, but we're not moving anywhere in this feeling. And that means we need to open ourselves up to feeling a little more in different ways. Feeling a little bit more in different ways. This is going to lead to the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, it's nice to see a strong card with the Nine of Swords. You might be seeking out someone who's kind of protective, someone who's protective of you, someone who really is there for your best interest. And they're going to be the ones that can lift you up a little bit, that can break you out of this constant cycle. We're going to keep the star visible here because it's such a strong card. This could be that you're protective of your own energy, but this feels like a very relationship-oriented card. This could be someone really coming in who's saying, no, I want to protect you. I want to make sure you're safe. I want to make sure you're okay. I want to help you heal. I want to help. Let's work together on this. Let's see, hey, I want to know about these things with you, not because I want to hear about it because I or gossip or anything like that. No, I want to know exactly what's going on with you because I genuinely want to help. That's the energy here. This person genuinely wants to help you, and they're coming in and they're protective and they're really there to help with the healing process and to hold your hand, to really be there with you. Because this is the opportunity to bring a team together to help, to bring in people who can really be part of this healing process. We're so focused on healing, but this is also growth too. This is also the idea of building. This could be something that keeps you up because you wanted to find this idea, this sword, this that got you moving. You want someone, but you need other people along the road with you so that you can find that path forward, that you can really, really bring, start laying a foundation, this new foundation that you desperately, well, not desperately, that's the wrong word, that you very intensely want to manifest. Look at that. Well, that's a beautiful card to see. We have the Three of Wands, and then we have strength. This is working together. This is a strong bond. It might be with one person or a few people, but there's strong bonds where everyone has each other's back. Everyone's really there for each other. It's not just what each other person wants, it's what they want for each other. They want the best for each other. And that strengthens the bonds. That becomes a unit of group, a group that's so tight knit. You can really work with each other and know that you can be your full self, your fully actualized self with these people. They have each other's back. They really are intent on the best interests of each other because they know if they lift each other up, they can continue to enlighten each other, continue to lift each other up in ways that continue to just ever more greater elevation, a higher frequency. But we need to be in tune with ourselves. Someone might help ground you here because we have the pentacles, like an earth energy. Someone's going to help ground you in many ways. Ground you in where you need to be. I would say right now, if you're feeling a little tense or anything like that, take a moment to breathe in through the nose, like let it out through the mouth, but in through the nose, out through the mouth. Get a little bit of a deep breath in because grounding is going to be important here. But someone's going to come in that's really going to help out. They're going to help with the movement towards a direction that's one of being in tune with one's body, with one's more physical sensations, being in tune with one's present place in space. With our technology nowadays, it's easy to become kind of separated from our physical presence. It's easy to be lost in the visuals, in the text, in the light, the sounds of media. But what we can do in those moments where we kind of break out of it, we can take a moment to take deep breaths. We can go outside. We can see the sun. We can touch nature, be more in tune with that. And those are those moments that have become a little rarer lately, and we should probably try to work towards again. Okay. With the Star and the Eight of Swords, we have the Death card in the mind, so there's a new mindset coming in. Death is change, and, I like to talk about the more traditional vision, because this is the one card I'm not quite as happy with this deck. It doesn't have the sun in the background. In a more traditional tarot deck, the Death card has the sun rising in the background. We were just talking about the sun, getting sun, going outside. That's what you can see in this card. Here, let me see if I can get another deck. Yeah, here we go. So in this deck, you can see the Death card has the sun rising in the background. There's a lot changing here. There's a lot of chaos. But in the back, there's a new day rising. A new sun is on the horizon. And that's what we're seeing in the mind. We're seeing a transformation in the mind, of a mindset, of perspective, of attitude. I'm knocking all these cards around. We have an oracle card called the Well. This is the springing forth of new ideas. With this intense new idea that you have within, your mind is just coming up with so much in the past. So many ideas. You're trying out so many different things emotionally. Intuitively, you're just kind of going with your gut. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So more joyful energy in the past, at least in your mind, you thought this was going to be really happy, 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 like go lucky. But then suddenly it kind of takes over, it takes hold. It's like almost an obsession in some ways with this seven or this eight of wands inside. But that's okay because we have and the well with all these ideas. But now we're transforming our mind and we're focusing more on healing and we're focusing more on grounding. And what does that lead to? It leads to the sun. Well, isn't that beautiful? That's amazing. You have the star here, the healing. You have the sun here, the warmth. The happiest card in tarot, we have the sun. The abundance. Going outside, getting that sun. Connecting with the people who inspire that energy within, who ignite the spark for you. That's beautiful too. That's great. That's great to see. This is some good energy coming in. Good people coming in to help with you. Good energy in general. You might be feeling a little lonely or a little disconnected within, but there's people out there who are going to reach out and put that hand out and grab you and pull you in. Yes, we have wow, look at all these cards. Look, we have strength, the sun, wheel of fortune, good fortune coming in. Good fortune coming in with the mind. You're going to be so more fortunate with what is you're thinking about, how you're connecting with people, the more spiritual connection you have with others. There's so much good is coming in and you're being able to let go of whatever it was that was kind of keeping you feeling trapped. You're letting go of all of that and you're bringing in so much abundance and strength and energy. Look at this with the Knight of Pentacles. All of these good, fortunate people coming in and helping out and really bringing in a new energy where you're together with a really tight-knit group that is, oh wow, bountiful, just abundance of warmth here, abundance of happiness. What a transformation with the Death card into the Sun, into the Wheel of Fortune, and strength. Look at those strong cards, so many big cards. This is a big moment for you, group number 3. This is something where you had something that was holding you onto you and you were holding onto it. And now it's just no. Now we're healing, we're grounding, we're finding that connection. We realize what it was we needed and we're moving forward. And now we have this final card, this hidden card here. What is this card that might help clarify some of the things that are happening with this transformation? We have the High Priestess. So there's a lot of intuition, a lot of unknowns. But that leads to, what does it lead to? The Nine of Wands. So that's kind of taking ownership of having put in a lot of effort. Really putting in the work. You are someone who has put in the work for yourself. You care about others. You're someone who really is putting in the energy. You want this to work out for you. You want these groups to work out together. You don't just want help. You want to help others. You want to put this energy together so that everyone's working in a tribe, a strong energy here. The Nine of Wands. With that flame, look at the flame. The wands have that fiery energy. And with the Strength card, with Leo kind of energy here, we have quite a lot of this sun warmth coming in. It's a warming up, really. Oh, wow. Group number 3, this has actually turned into a really beautiful reading. What an exciting time coming ahead. Looking for those friendships, looking for that relationship that really does connect you, ground you, strengthen you, and allow you to move forward in a way that you are free and open and spacious. Okay. Group number 3, this has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and let us know how you're doing. What is this warmth that you're searching for? Who are these people that you feel are going to come in and really strengthen you, really bring out the best in you? Love to hear about it. Okay, that's it for now. Take care. Bye.